Today we are going to discuss number theoretic functions. They are given in chapter 6 of the book by David M. Burton. So first of all, let's see the definition of a number theoretic function. Any function whose domain of definition is the set of positive integers is called a number theoretic function or an arithmetic function. Then what is the range of a number theoretic function? The value of a number theoretic function need not be a positive integer or even an integer, but most of the number theoretic function which we are going to study are integer value. Let us see these two number theoretic functions. First is tau n, that is the number of positive divisors of n, and second is sigma n, the sum of divisors of n. So let us see this example when we have taken n is equal to 12. So divisors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. They are 6 in number. So tau 12 is 6. And what is sigma n for n is equal to 12? This is the sum of the divisors. So you can add all these numbers and we get 28. So the value of sigma n is 28. From these two definitions, these are the observations. So tau n is 2 if and only if n is a prime number. We know that if n is a prime number, then there are only two divisors, 1 and the n itself. So tau n is 2 and sigma n is n plus 1. Let us see this important result. When n is greater than 1 and n is given in this prime factorization form, p1 to the power k1, p2 to the power k2 and pr to the power kr. Then the positive divisors of n are of this form, p1 to the power a1, p2 to the power a2, pr to the power ar. These ai's are less than or equal to ki's. Let's try to understand this theorem with the help of an example. Let us take n is equal to 180. So in the form of product of primes, it can be written as this. So divisors of n, positive divisors of n are of this form, 2 to the power a1 into 3 to the power a2, 5 to the power a3. So a1's value, it should be less than or equal to 2. So a1 can take values 0, 1, 2. Similarly, a2 can take values 0, 1, 2 and a3 can take values 0 and 1 only, not more than that. So when we substitute all these values, you will find the divisors of 180. Let us try to prove this result. First of all, I am taking trivial cases, that is when there are trivial divisors, that is the number n itself and 1. So first when d is equal to 1. So let us see here, d is equal to 1 is possible and d is equal to 1 is possible when all these ai's are 0. So that thing is given here, and d is equal to n. D is equal to n is possible when this a1 is equal to k1, a2 is equal to k2 and so on. Ar is equal to kr. Suppose that d divides n non-trivially, that is n is equal to d into d dash, or both these d and d dash are greater than 1. So they are greater than 1, so we can write them as product of primes. So let d is equal to q1 into q2 into q3 to qs, and d dash is equal to t1 into t2 into tu. These qi's and tj's are prime numbers. So n is equal to this is given to you, this is equal to d into d dash. So but we know that this form of product of primes is unique, so each pj must be one of the qi. Let us collect the equal primes into a single integral power. So d is equal to, so this d is equal to q1 into q2 into qs is equal to p1 to the power a1, p2 to the power a2, pr to the power ar, where possibility that ai equal to 0 is allowed. So here we can note that a1 is equal to p1 to the power k1 into q1 to the power minus 1, because we are saying that each qi is equal to some pj. So we are combining the same powers, and on the other hand we are left with qi's only. So, and because qi is equal to 1 of pj, we can combine them to get 1. Conversely, so here we got the result which we wanted to prove. Let us see what is the converse, how to prove the converse. So every divisor d of this form where ai's are less than equal to ki is one of the divisor of n. We want to prove this. So n is equal to this is given. We can write k1 as k1 plus a1 minus a1. So k2 as k2 plus a2 minus a2. Kr as kr plus ar minus ar. We are adding and subtracting ai's in these powers and then write it like this, and you will get d into d dash. Next important result is this: when you have n of this form, power of primes, then tau n is equal to k1 plus 1, k2 plus 1, kr plus 1, and sigma n is p1 to the power k1 plus 1 minus 1 upon p1 minus 1 into p2 to the power k2 plus 1 minus 1 upon p2 minus 1, and so on up to pr to the power kr plus 1 minus 1 upon pr minus 1. We can easily verify that tau 180 is 18 and sigma 180 is equal to 1246. Let us try to prove this result. So n is equal to, this is given to us. Positive divisors of n are of this form. By previous theorem we already know this result. So choices for a1 are a1 to the power 0, a1 to the power 1 up to a1 to the power k1. So in total they are k1 plus 1 in numbers. So choices of A2 are K2 plus 1 in numbers. Choices for A3 are K3 plus 1, and so on. So the total number of divisors of n are K1 plus 1 into K2 plus 1 into Kr plus 1. Let us try to prove part B. This result can be proved by using the fact that the sum of divisors of P1 to the power K1 is equal to, what are the divisors of p1 to the power k1? They are 1, p1, p1 square, and p1 to the power k1. So when we want to find the sum of these divisors, that is equal to this. And what is this? This is a geometric progression, and we know how to find this sum of a geometric progression by this result. So you can do it for all the divisors and we will get the result. Next important definition is multiplicative function. Any function m, f, where f of m into n is equal to fm into fn, where m and n are relatively prime. Such a function f is called multiplicative function. The function tau and sigma are both multiplicative. So let's try to prove it. Let m and n be relatively prime integers. M and n both are greater than 1. So we can write them as product of powers of primes. So m into n is equal to this. So tau mn is equal to this, which is same as tau m into tau m. Similarly, sigma mn is equal to sigma of m into n. So by that result, we know that this is equal to this, which is sigma m into sigma n. Next, there is a lemma. This lemma says that if m and n are relatively prime, then the set of positive divisors of mn consists of all the products d1, d2, where d1 divides m and d2 divides n, and d1 and d2 are relatively prime. Furthermore, these products are all distinct. Let us take m and n both are greater than 1, and therefore we can write them as product of primes. So since m and n are relatively prime, so these pi's and qj's, they are all distinct. So what is m into n? M into n is equal to this. So any positive divisors of d of mn will be of this form, where the ai's are less than equal to ki's and these bj's are less than equal to these j's. So which can be written as d1 into d2. So where d1 is this and d2 is this. Next, in this theorem we are going to use this level. This theorem says that if f is a multiplicative function and capital F is defined like this, fn is equal to summation of fd where d divides n, then f is also multiplicative. We are given that this small f is multiplicative and we have to prove that this capital F is also multiplicative. So for checking the multiplicativeness of a function, what do? We take two numbers m and n which are relatively prime, and we want to find the value of f of mn, and we have to show that it is equal to fm into fn. So what is f of mn? F of mn by this definition is equal to summation fd d divides mn. So this is equal to summation f d1 d2 and d1 divides m d2 divides n. This is by lemma which we have already seen. So this is equal to summation f d1 f d2 because f is multiplicative, it is already given to you, and then you will follow the result. Corollary to that theorem, it shows that the function tau and sigma are multiplicative functions. Here I am going to just tell you that constant function fn is equal to 1 and the identity function fn is equal to n are multiplicative functions. Also, we can see from this theorem that constant function and multiplicative function can be written in this form. Here tau n, also we can write tau and sigma in this form. Tau n is equal to summation of 1 d divides n and sigma n is equal to summation of d divides n. So here tau, hence because this constant function and identity function, this one is the constant function and this n is the identity function. So because they are multiplicative, so tau and sigma are both multiplicative. Next important definition is Mobius mu function. So this is defined like this: mu n is 1 when n is equal to 1, mu n is 0 if p square divides n for some prime p, and this is equal to -1 to the power r when n is prime square free, that is n is equal to p1 into p2 into pr, where pi's are distinct primes. For example, mu1 is 1, mu2 is -1 because 2 is the only prime. Here this will come in this form: n is equal to 2, so 2 is the only prime, so -1 to the power 1. Mu6 is 1, 6 is 2 into 3, so value of r is 2, so mu6 is 1. Mu4 is 0 because 2 to the power 2, it comes in this case. P square divides n, 2 square divides 4, so mu4 is 0. We can easily show that Mobius mu function is multiplicative. Then there is this result: for each positive integer n greater than equal to 1, summation of mu d divides n is equal to 1 if n is equal to 1, and summation of mu d is 0 when n is greater than 1, where d runs through the divisors, positive divisors of n. Let us try to prove this result. Let us take n is greater than 1 and we put fn is equal to summation mu d divides n. Let n is equal to p to the power k. Then positive divisors of p to the power k are 1p, p square, p to the power k, which are k plus 1 in numbers. So f of p to the power k is equal to summation mu d divides p to the power k. So this is equal to mu1 plus mu p to mu p to the power k. So this is equal to mu1 is 1 and mu p is -1, and then mu p square, mu p cube up to mu p to the power k, they will have value 0. So 1 plus -1, this will give you 0. For example, when we have n is equal to 10, then divisors of 10 are 1, 2, 5, 10. The summation mu d divides 10. So what are the divisors of 10? 1, 2, 5, 10. So this is equal to mu 1 plus mu 2 plus mu 5 plus mu 10. So when we take the values, mu 1 is 1, mu 2 is minus 1, mu 5 is also minus 1, and mu 10 is 1. So this is 0.